Almost like every single day, I find a new demo of some game that I want to play, and it makes me realize that my list is going to grow ever longer. My games list is currently at 300 entries, and I need to trim it down. Or, and this is another way that I've been thinking about this, maybe you don't need to trim down. Also, it's very quiet for some reason. Okay, now it's very loud. Freshly baked games. Maybe you don't need to trim down your games list. Maybe you need to play more games, right? The problem with that is that it requires you to have less of a life. And the problem is that I like my life the way that it is. And yet, a lot of these games look really cool, like Queen's Domain. This one I've had for a while as well. Yeah, just sort of waiting in the backlog to like play eventually for like a whole slew of demos, because I figured today was a good day for all of them. Because there's a lot of things for us to do and a lot of things for us to catch up on for the rest of the week. And this one looked very interesting, because this one reminded me of Lunacid, but faster paced and less tedious, it seemed like. Not to say that Lunacid was a bad game. It's one of my favorite games. But the game, in a way, was very tedious to play. And this one seemed like a much faster paced version of that. Okay, nice to see I can't swim. Is it so wrong of me to want to swim in this world? Is oh, there's actually like a pathway up here. Can I don't know why I'm trying to treat this game like volume. I think I can run on walls or something. Wow, this game actually feels and sounds really nice too. Something about like a water map where you get to hear the water waves crashing behind you. Wow, even the look of the game. It's gonna kill the encoding, but man, it does look really nice. Actually, is there a way to deal with that video? Retro resolution. What does that mean? Sure. Yeah, okay. Frame rate cap. Sure. Wow. Hide HUD? Not sure. Gameplay. Bestiary notifications. What? You mean bestiary? I'm curious to see how this game plays like. It seemed like, again, that slower paced Lunacid style of gameplay, which I did enjoy. I've actually learned to enjoy that game more over time. There's definitely a nice sense of there's a good pace that game has that you only really appreciate the slowness of when you play faster games that force you to move at 100 miles per hour every single time. This feels a bit like that already, but also, it even has this RPG thing going on. Holy shit, there's a lot of RPG actually. Sticky resistance? What? Disease resistance. Medicative herbs grown in the kingdom of Bamiyan. Carefully picked, dried, and bundled. Something kept for quite long and lost most of its color and effectiveness. So it loses volume too. Okay, I stepped on something. I ate the herb. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. There's a person. Yeah, this is already really good. Take one dried herb. Can't get the mushrooms. Weird door over here. I've actually been enjoying the growing space of indie first-person dungeon crawlers. Every single one brings a very cool twist to the genre that I enjoy. Hello, you look disgusting. Commander Akante, Your Highness. What? Hello, hello, my servant. Your Highness. Poema's blessing upon Poema. I've prayed day and night that aid might come, and here you are. For a moment, I thought a Peebe or Bedayan had returned from their errands. Many days passed. His Majesty ventured into Dame Po Mausoleum with the company of knights. The door sealed tight behind them. There had been a single sign of their return. Not had even a moment to search for a way inside. We struggled just to defend the small encampment from the beasts that roam the isle. See, you're unarmed. The weapons we arrived with have all been broken or lost. This rusted blade, so I've been able to find to defend myself. So I'm the partner of the king of the emperor that's gone inside. It's now stuck inside the mausoleum. And you gave me a shitty sword. Go out past the barricade and search the isle. Look for the other knights. Ooh, you. And watch your back. All manner of beasts are roaming about, mad with rage and lusting for blood. Thanks. Equip, a relic from a war fought long ago, thoroughly rusted yet remains a sharp edge. The item has a level. That's interesting. Guide updated. Does it guide? I thought I was just playing the game. Hello, welcome. Thank you for the guides. Thank you. Melee weapons use the meter, the power meter at the top. The more full they are, the more damage you do. Well, the more full the meter is, the more damage it does. Epibi was investigating the shrine of Holy Sword Endu, and Bedain entered the Tower of Knowledge to assist Warha. They found a way to reach His Majesty, King Abrian. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize that this was a person. Arjet, Lord Beast, no. Your Majesty, where are you? Those burning eyes, I was watching the eyes. How long have we been here? I can't remember. Oh, Father, Wadasi, watch over me. Father of light, take away this darkness. Carry my soul to a higher plane. Carry me, O great Father. You don't have anything that seems to fit. This is interesting. I really like how this game is presented so well. A lot of really cool things that you find. Though, I am curious to see how the... Oh, I guess you dash across. I'm curious to see how the combat system is going to feel, because it does seem like it goes very slowly. Again, I do appreciate the slower games. The door cannot be opened, it seems to be held shut by some kind of thing. Yeah. I do appreciate the slower games now after playing Lunicid and having, played a lot faster games. Sometimes it's nice to go at a slow pace that's more easily understandable. But too slow, like there's a sweet spot where it's like a game is too slow and too fast, and there's a middle ground that I think could be reached where the game feels just right. With just enough control, it's just interesting enough to keep you going. But it isn't so slow that it feels like you're mostly fighting the game. To gain back a sense of like control and pacing from it. If that makes sense. The weird round. That's like the Half-Life 2 sound. Is it meant to take this long to break this down? So depending on my bar, it's how much damage my attack does. That's pretty slow. Knight's Encampment. Isle of Niseed. Okay, thanks. I can rest? Crystal Monument. I'm going to assume resting is a bit like the Souls-like thing. You rest, all the monsters spawn back. Which I don't really know if there's a monster, but... there's a monster. Was that a rat? It's like a butterfly rat. That's weird. A ratty bug. Okay, spamming attack sucks. Yeah, I kind of have a feeling to be slow. Is that the... What the fuck was that? Wait, this is like a... This feels like a first-person Metroid. This feels like, if you took Metroid Prime and you just decided to make it a slower first-person RPG game. Because that thing has a laser. What? Oh, shit. Bestiary. Okay, thanks. Thank you for the update. I'm gonna run before the thing kills me. Oh god, this is very slow. You can move faster by spamming this. But it's really the combat that's really slow. I get the point of it being slower. It's really slow. You have to wait for the bar, and it takes a while for the bar to fill up. I'm dead. Wishlist on Steam if you died. Hey, we know that you died and you're about to rage quit, but before you do, please wishlist the game. This game's slow. It is weird because Lunicid had the same problem, but even Lunicid, I felt like there was a pace to it that you could play the game a bit faster and it sped up in certain areas. And this one though feels much more punishing because your bar takes a very long time to build up. You don't really have much health. Doesn't really seem like you have any options to move actually. Just kind of all you can really do is jump around, and even jumping pauses your bar. So if you want to quickly take something out, which granted you're not supposed to be able to kill things that quickly. What the fuck is that? Ew. Okay, seems like it's a very impossible to hit. Damage type stats effects. I'm dying. Use the herbs. Use item. Does that help? Not really. Oh god, please leave me alone. Yeah, even in Lunicid, I felt like the gameplay was much faster in some way. Hell, even Kingsfield. that like Kingsfield mod, the game that he made, Or like that they made the Tears of the Moon or something. And that felt faster. This one feels like I'm being held back artificially by the game. Seems like you too died to the centipede, eh? Also takes a while to load back in too. I'm actually curious about that. It's not my system, is it? But yeah, there has to be like a middle ground somewhere where a game can't be too slow to play, but also not too quick. Because it's like, even playing Dark Messiah, let's say, first-person game that has a lot of these sort of like first-person RPG mechanics. That game felt like it had a good pace. Didn't feel too slow to play. Felt like you could play at your own pace, which is sort of the point of the game. And yet the combat still didn't feel overwhelming, which is sort of the benefit that I think you get from playing a game at this pace. Is that the combat is very easy to understand. It's easy for you to be able to like play around with. But that pace is nice because it's like it wasn't tedious to go through. Like I'm mostly just waiting. I could hit this thing at any point. Maybe you don't need a full bar. Maybe the trick is knowing how much bars you need. Is that good? No. That's good? No. It's not really much of a gain to go max. Actually, it's not much of a gain to go max. It's mostly the same damage amount. Maybe you can play faster. You just need to know how much you need the bar for a full. Like how full it should be. Oh god. I don't think this is good. Not the game. As in like this fight, I don't think it's gonna go well. Actually, I can already see a problem. The fight is very tedious. The vibe is really good. It's like, I want this to work. Just missing something from the sauce of the gameplay. Maybe we played too many high-paced, fast-paced action games, and so this doesn't feel like it's. Thank you for the spirit. And so it doesn't feel like it's at the pace that would be fun for me as a player. Common spear, okay, good. That's a swing. That's a stab. Okay, cool. Right click, stab. That thing swing. How do I stop myself from bleeding? Or being poisoned, sorry. You see it the most when you try to break things in the world. The fact that you have to wait to break things feels very weird. Okay, I'm assuming piercing type does more damage. Oh god. Let me leave. At least the movement's fast, if you can abuse these systems. Please rest. Please tell me that cures poison. Oh, thank goodness. You have limited healing items. You just have to deal with the fact that you have to get the right weapon for certain things. It's really my bad for choosing fights that I can't take on at the moment. I should just be playing it slower and finding other things to do for the moment. Okay, that thing's very strong. Yeah, I don't know. Feels like it's missing something. The pacing is just off. I have to wait so long to do anything. Weapon level up. And it gets 3% more power from 7. It's barely much stronger. Man, such a cool world. But just, you gotta play at a very slow pace to do anything. Skip all of you. It has a cool design for things too. Yeah, it really does feel like you took a Metroid and just put it into an RPG game. It just sucks that your gameplay is basically just a matter of okay, wait, and then it's like a turn-based combat system, but in real time. Which is saying something that I'm still losing at it, but good. Okay, so the chicket, which is a cricket chicken, is dead. There's a thing hanging over there. I can probably get that if I do this correctly. There we go. Can I do this? I can! Perfect! Dagger belt. Throwing weapons. A finely crafted dagger belt bestowed upon Prince Abram. These names are fucking me up as a coming-of-age gift. Powerful enchantment causes the daggers carried by his belt to return to the sheaths when thrown. The sheaths are adjustable and could likely hold all manner of throwing weapons. Okay, so that's the throwing weapon. Dagger, standing throwing dagger. Well balanced but unremarkable. And there's a guide for throwing weapons. You press Q. These come back to me? I think they're lying to me. Oh, they do. Do they? It's very slow. Huh. But I like this. Again, the exploration and stuff is great. The world is great. The combat is just so slow. I pretty much don't even want to engage with it. Even though the combat, it is interesting because you have different moves. Hey, hey, you! Hey, PB, Your Highness. I didn't expect to see you here on this accursed isle. I was injured attempting entry to the shrine. A damn beast snuck up on me. I suspect that the key to the shrine is in the nearby burial site. You find that key and reach the shrine. I dare not get my hopes up. Have faith in me. I'll find a way in. Oh my god, the throwing weapon sucked too. Oh Jesus. Sorry, a PB. This might take a while, okay? Just don't worry. Trust me. This is a sound plan. Oh god, this is gonna be very painful. See, you enter combat with no stamina because you want to go faster. Now I gotta like go and like get more stamina. Oh, it's just so close to greatness. Just this pace is very painful. Very trim based. And I do always say that. I always say that like most fighting games seem to really be just turn based games masquerading as real-time combat games. Most games seem to fall into that trap of, oh, you have to wait for the right moment to strike without thinking about, okay, what does it mean to wait? Are you waiting because you don't know how to get in? I think that's an interesting problem space to be in, compared to, are you waiting because the game forces you to wait, because that's the most effective way to play. I think that's a worse type of waiting. When you have to wait because you're not sure, you're not confident, I think that's an interesting problem to solve for a player. When you have to wait because you don't have the ability to even move at your pace, then I think maybe it's missing something. It's like Whiplash. It's like Whiplash. When the guy from Spider-Man says, am I something or am I dragging? I don't remember anything about that movie. That's what this is. I feel like I'm dragging. But I'm not even moving at the same pace. Elixir? Small vial of rejuvenating elixir distilled from assorted herbs growing in the kingdom of Bamiyan. I wish I could have kept those herbs. Oops. In high demand for its longevity and consistent effectiveness, the small vial contains just enough for basic treatment. I wish I kept the others then. You can use the herbs to make that. I wonder if you can actually make that yourself. That's very cool. Okay, good to know. Oh, you're dead. Oh shit. Sorry. Ah! I don't know why that scared me. Surely none of these weapons are effective versus skeletons. It's like the whole point of a skeleton is that you can't. Yo, what the fuck? You can't stab them. Like the whole point of fighting a skeleton is that you have to like crush them. I can't believe I fucking died. I had to walk all the way back. If the combat was a bit faster and was, you know, you could go at your tempo and it was just a matter of confidence and understanding that held you back, I think I wouldn't mind having to walk all the way back. But it's like the rest of the game is so good that I kind of do want to just go through that pain. Just to see what's possibly out there, waiting for me. Beyond these shores. Beyond the sheath, the dagger belt. Beyond these rat creatures. These disgusting creatures. Oh god, please leave me alone. And I know now what I did wrong with the skeleton. I actually do like the combat pattern of the skeleton is you just sidestep its attack. You can't just walk backwards. What?! Holy shit, they can move. Okay, me and you, come on. Okay, I thought that I thought it was safe. It's gonna die. It's gonna die. Don't worry, it's gonna die. Okay, that was good. That's a good. That's a very good scare. A very good surprise mechanic. It's good. Just gotta get past the island here. This thing can follow me a long way. I do have to be careful. God, the range is not as long as I thought. I need to stop walking backwards. I need to sidestep. Okay, sidestepping doesn't work actually. How are you supposed to dodge these things? Hey, a beepy. You wouldn't believe it, but I taught you already. Couldn't I open while so the debris was part of your ship after all? Lucky to have found your dagger belt. Truly precious gift. Thanks. Oh god. Okay, maybe the slower pace is good. Maybe it's just the early time when the slower pace really starts to feel too slow. I think the moment that you step in, it feels a bit too slow. But once the enemies get a bit more complex, then you start to feel it. But even then, it's like an enemy being too complex such that you can't find an opening. It's like maybe there is an opening that you could exploit, but because of the game systems, you will never be able to because you're forced to go slow. You know what I mean? Like there's still that thing that's sort of in the back of my mind of like, does the game really have to limit your stamina to like hit things? Shouldn't it just limit you by the way of the encounter? I always think that when it comes to these games. Because in many ways, I feel more like a more interesting challenge from, say, playing Mountain Blade. And Mountain Blade is a game that is entirely, you move at your own pace. You can play very quickly, you can play very slowly, but you decide how you want to take that combat encounter. Compared to this, where it's like, okay, wait for your bar to fill, and then you go. It's very Minecraft-esque. And yet even Minecraft, it refills faster. Maybe you just need to wait till late game to get more stuff. There's a flower there. But this especially, I feel like breaking boxes should just take a number of hits. It shouldn't take you to wait for your bar to recover to break the health bar. Like this alone is a good example of like how it feels bad, because it's like the box presents no challenge, right? For a man of my smarts, the box presents no real challenge, and yet the challenge is enforced upon me by the system. It forces you to go very slowly, as if to say, okay, you're not allowed to open it unless you play by our system, unless you wait for the yellow bar to be full, and then you do that 3 times, and then it opens. But there's no challenge to it. There's nothing really interesting about that. You're just waiting for it to open. And it'd be even better if you didn't have to wait for it to open. If you just deal with the thing and it just opens up for you. You hit it a number of times, or you use the right thing to hit it with. Oh, that's the skeleton that wakes up, okay? Okay, you're a little scary. Maybe wait for it to hit first, and then I try to hit it back after. There we go. How's it bleeding? I guess it's like in Diablo 2, where you have like a chance to bleed and the skeletons can like bleed or something. Wait, can they bleed actually? I don't recall. Yeah, see this? It's like, I wish I could exploit it more, but even when I do find the pattern and I do see the opening, if I can't get a good amount of damage out because of my bar, I can't exploit it. It feels like I'm being punished for my knowledge of the game. Or like, not punished for the knowledge of the game. Like, it feels like, what's that feeling? It feels like I'm not able to utilize all that I know, because the game is punishing me for trying to move at a pace that's like far beyond what it wants me to do. Very painful. But the rest of it feels great. The responsiveness of the weapons, the ability for you to like aim and shoot the way that you want and it goes where you want, that's a surprisingly rare feature. It's good. Solid. Why is there a weird corridor here? As if that should be a secret. Aha! I found a BB. Yeah, let's surely damned. Never seen such a horde of wretched beasts before. Those eyes, always watching. So this box, again, this box has an item. You gotta wait for the bar to fill so I can break it in time. Because you can't just break things. Ah, God. But how would you solve it? It's one thing to feel the problem. It's another to get a solution to the problem. Because you can't just go like a stamina system would be the same thing. Let's say you don't use all your stamina and you do the same thing over and over, but you lose stamina. It'd be the same thing. You'd just be moving the problem to some other thing, right? To some other bar, some other resource. You just have some new resource that you have to manage. Of like, oh, now you can't move too quickly because you run out of stamina. What would the solution to the problem of it being too slow be? This game needs a gun. You know what this game needs? It needs to give you a gun. Yeah. That's how you make a good game. Is you make a very cool RPG game, and then you say, okay, very cool. You know what'd be great? Here's a gun. Just throw the entire system out. Just throw the baby out with the bathwater. Seems like I know where to go now. So that whole route was a useless route, kind of. It's mostly just there to take you back there. It's locked in place. And for later, we have to go back there with a BP to get his stuff from behind that shrine, whatever that shrine is for. I don't think I'm going to make this jump. But I also don't think that door was open before. Or rather, I don't even know if this is the same place as before. This feels like a whole new zone. Oh, okay, there's a fall damage. I should be able to attack there, but they can't. That's it. It's that pacing issue. The enemy attacks, it leaves itself open. I exploit it properly by kiting it out and dodging its move. I read the situation perfectly, but I can't exploit that because I don't have the means yet. I don't have the power yet. The mind is willing, but the body is weak. The flesh is spongy and weak and frail. Maybe the trick is, and maybe the solution is to get rid of that bar entirely. And maybe the real solution is to sort of like change the way that the enemies are even. Like maybe it's almost a matter of, because it could work as like a double thing. Maybe you could do something like you guide the player into a good circumstance. So it's like when it does that attack, right? Maybe the weak point opens up on its back, and it's like the front is like way stronger. Because the game already kind of has that with the centipedes, right? It's a natural extension of what the game has. And then you just have this idea of like you can play and you can do the damage as much as you want, but you need to know and exploit the enemy's weakness to be able to like hit it. I think that'd be much more engaging than this very, very slow-paced system. Because it's really good as is. It's just like, the fact that I have to play on its own terms sucks. Oh god, here we go. This is gonna take a while. Great example of how long this takes. Actually, there's something you can kind of do. The spear recovers energy faster, I think. Does it? It does. Speed fast. Okay, I see. Maybe it's a matter of my weapon choices. But even then, it's like, should that be the way that it's done? I don't know. It feels bad if it's done like that. Because then some enemy types have certain characteristics about them where it's like, some damage types can only hurt certain enemies, which is nice. But then you can't use but then it's like your slow weapon, you have to wait for the bar even longer. It feels like I'd rather have my attack come out slower, and I need to know how to use it, how to space myself, and like when to time it, compared to the power bar. Versus every attack comes out at roughly the same time. Because both of these swings come out at the same time, whether you use a sword or you use a spear. But at least if I don't have to wait for the power bar. I can feel like I'm more in control. Kind of like how the ranged weapon is, because the ranged weapon feels like you're really in control. And then an enemy that only takes damage from a certain attack type wouldn't feel as bad. I know it's crazy to say that, because it's like the combat is really speeding up now, but I think it's more happenstance that it's a happy coincidence that you get a ranged weapon with your melee to make it bearable. Is that a creature? Are you a monster? Are you a monster? No. Is that a... Ew. And you still need to switch anyways to go fast if you want to go fast like this, so... I don't know. A Mega Neuro. Oh, it's like Neurosommer. Like a Mega Neurosommer, right? Is that the name? A club! Collected the weapon of each damage type. Slash, Pierce, and Impact. So there's 3 damage types in the game. And this one's slow. Difficult to equip, but capable of a solid blow. So how does this feel like? How come I can't equip it? I see. Because it's a ranged weapon, probably. So if I get rid of the ranged weapon... Like, how do I scroll the ranged weapon? I'm assuming the club is two-handed. So guide. Makes you enhance dagger belt. Once thrown, they'll take time. Okay. What I need is a way to sheath it. How do I sheath it? Lock sensitivity, gamepad style, key button bindings. Run, hold, tap, run, tap. I'm sorry? There's a run button. It's on control? What shift? Wind dash. What? Uh-huh. Next storing weapon, I see. Next weapon, okay, that's interesting. So it's you have to scroll like this. You can't use your mouse because your mouse wheel scrolls items. 3 and 4 scrolls your ranged weapons. Okay, that makes sense. And the reason why I'm going so slow is because you have to hold this to run faster. But there's no point because the sword moves you very quickly. See? This game already has the idea of some weapons being slower. But then, not only does the weapon swing slowly, you have to wait for the bar. For 3 more damage, it just feels... It feels so cumbersome. Come here. You're a good test subject. It's very strong, but it's very slow. Oh, man, that sucks. When it works, but I could have killed the thing way faster. And even if I missed, I still would have killed it faster. You're gonna come to me eventually, right? Oh boy, I should love flying enemies. I'm really complaining a lot, sorry. I just feel like I just feel like the combat's so close to being amazing. And because the rest of the game is amazing. That's like, I just wish I wasn't held back by a bar that I can't really control except for my weapon choices. Except, again, this is a good example. I could use the spear to attack faster, but in return I don't do nearly as much damage because it's a skeleton. You're meant to club it. But see that? If you don't wait for a bar, you do 0 damage. Ow. Okay, dude. Okay, see that? Opening, I can do it again. And if it does it again, opening, I can't do it again, right? Because of my pacing. Go. That's crazy. Leveled up. Oh, like I leveled up. Oh. What does that mean? I don't feel stronger. I don't feel stronger. Attack power, I'm assuming... What went up? It's very unclear what happens when you level up. It feels a bit like Castlevania, where... Oh, this is Shrine. Where it feels like when you level up in that game, especially in Castlevania, I always thought this feeling of... I don't really know what happens, but I do feel stronger. Whatever that means. Oh my god. See, I gotta... Okay, switching is very painful. I get the point of it because they're very sort of control. It is hard to make a game controller friendly with so many buttons to press, but I do hate the whole you have to like switch to a weapon by pressing 1, 2, 3 to get to the exact slot that you need. It's like extra things you have to think about. I wish there was just a way to like maybe it should only be 2 weapon slots and you just hold 1 or 2. Small wooden charm carved with a blessing of vitality. Its effect is minimal, however, it carries a sweet, faint sweet smell, which is quite pleasing. This gives me 10 health. 10 health? I like the idea of magic weapons and amulets within games. Or even within like worlds. And every single fantasy setting has a different power scaling for what they could be. This one goes with the power scaling of its shit. It's like, yeah, you have a cool amulet that gives you more life. By the way, only 10. It's like, how much life does a standard human start with? Standard human, by the way. Because as far as I know, I'm the Highness. And the Highness is a standard human being. There's nothing crazy about me. I'm just a standard human being. Every standard human being comes with 100 health. And this thing only gives me 10? And it's magic? Oh. Wait a minute. I've seen this before. There's always something hidden here. Hidden here, right? Oh. Right? No. Wait, no, come back. Wait, please. Oh god. Oh no. Here we go. I remember having the same complaints about Lunacid too, where it felt like a lot of the time, like it is true to the genre, but it reminded me a lot of how, like it's just combat systems that take control away from you. I always sort of think to myself, am I really having fun, or am I just sort of fooling myself into believing that I'm having fun? Oh no! Oh no! What happened? Why are there monsters there now? No! A BB! The other guy whose name I don't remember. They're all dead. Please tell me that they're still alive. Oh god, that's gonna be so painful. Is this damage? That's not no damage. Oh god, they're dead. I see the bodies. Wait. Oh yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh my god. Okay, I need to find the right weapon to use this one. See, again, I just hate scrolling systems. I just don't feel like they're very fun to use. I would take 2 weapon shortcuts if it meant that I could click 1 and 2 and it goes right to the weapon that I assigned it to. I'd rather that. So... The key doesn't fit this lock. I kind of figured. So the monsters came here. I'm assuming it's because I opened that door. And maybe the point of it is that I'm supposed to close that door after. Maybe you're supposed to close the door after you open it so that the monsters don't kill them. See? Cool framework for a game. Very cool, interesting things to think about. Interesting things like, did I kill them? Was it my fault? These moral questions, these things you have to sort of wrestle with, these feelings deep inside you. An uncomfortable feeling that you're the problem. Taken away by the fact that the game plays like molasses. Okay, I missed, now I need to wait. Oh my god. Oh my god. See that? I wish I could exploit that. I can't. It's over. Oh god, even the ranged weapons, they... Oh god. Even the ranged weapons for the ranged monsters! Get down here! Please. Please. For the love of god. Why are you hovering like an Apache helicopter? Please, just let me kill you, please. Nothing wants to die anymore. Everything wants to live forever. Well, let me tell you about living forever. It's not all that's cracked up to be. Whoa, 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 whoa. Calm down, buddy. Calm down. Calm down. I need to get over there. There's something behind that. Calm down, calm down, calm down. Cool it, cool it, cool it, cool it. How much does the hammer do? Not much. Okay, not much it seems. Oh, thank God, finally. So I cleared this out before. You see, everything that's breakable should be on the same level as a vase. Conceptually, the vase and the barrel are both the same thing to me as a player. I feel like they both should break very easily. What? Roasted gum lizard. Roasted skewered gum lizard. Roasted over an open flame. Be carefully gutted, leaving the liver intact for that extra flavor. Is a elusive creature surprised with a unique poison-curing liver, usually caught during rainy season when they're driven out of hiding in droves. That's a cool piece of lore, actually. I always see people who live in places and they have like a lizard just sort of like hanging out in their home, and I always think to myself, that's cool. And then I read horror stories of how like I opened my door one day and I saw a lizard squished. Am I a bad person? It's like maybe I don't want that. Again, it's that moral panic of like, is it my fault that I died? How am I supposed to get over there? I swear you're supposed to get over there somehow. I failed. I can do this. Oh, it's very close. That was a disaster. Maybe you jump at the very end. Maybe you have to go like immediately as you jump so you get like extra boost. No, because it cancels it. Maybe not supposed to. Although there's an elevator that takes me to the second floor eventually, so it's probably way over there. I do like how I can see that enemy type. So you gain health, you gain the 1 attack power. Maybe the reason why the combat is slow is because it has that type of scaling where you just get stronger over time. But then, I don't know. It's like a Symphony of the Night style sort of like leveling system. And even that game gave you a lot of choice in how you took the combat. Like you could go as fast as you want, as long as you were good. It's missing something. So close to greatness. The game is so good, but it's still missing something. I fight this turkey very slowly. Look at this! Don't aggro. Are you dead? Fuck, he's dead too. The winged copper gate. Yep. Housing the what? Sorry, the holy sword Endu, the legendary flying sword of the house Abrian. I don't know why I'm allowed to do this. I know what that is. I know exactly what it is. The Skeleton King. Oh god. Oh Jesus. Holy shit. Okay, how's this gonna work? I'm gonna swing and a miss, and I gotta go to its head. Maybe not to its head. Maybe the head doesn't matter. Oh fuck! How are you supposed to dodge that? You know? Maybe I do like dodging inside games. I always think that like dodging within games can be very tedious because it's just sort of like you learn the pattern and you do it. But it's better than this, where it's like I'm just moving backwards and I'm trying to get space so it doesn't hit me. And it's basically guaranteed that it won't hit me. Oh, I see. But now I need to switch to the sword. Wait, if I need to switch to the sword, so that's the trick, is you need to switch to the sword. So I should get rid of the spear. This is gonna block me. There we go. I should eat these herbs. It's just missing some pacing. Pacing's just off. Because there's only one move that I care about. This one. And you just use the sword to run away. Like, that's interesting. I actually really enjoy that aspect of using your weapons as the mechanism to move around. Maybe it's too early to tell if the game is too slow or not. 'Cause that's cool. But I could exploit it so much sooner. I could go back in. No, I still think it is too slow. Maybe this, but it's like they're already there with the solution. I'm surprised that they don't just go with that solution for everything. You just do interesting combat states where the enemy has to move in a certain way. Dude, what are you gonna do? I talked to you? Oh. Oh, you failed to protect the shrine. Who? Stone duck figurine. What's this? The voice is fading. Finally returned to slumber. What? There are fish. Am I allowed to fish? No. Yeah. This game is good. I just kind of wish that it was faster paced for the combat. Wish you had more control over the combat. It really does feel like you can learn very quickly what the gameplay systems are. But then, like, it doesn't feel satisfying to learn what to do correctly because you just can't use it. You're forced to play at this pace. Like, you're forced to. No, there's no way around it. Made it to the end of the demo. What? This is the sword that we would have gotten. That's sick. It doesn't let you take the sword. It just forces you to watch them take the sword. That's what it lets me do. I don't even get to try it once. Not even just like touch it once. What is that? Okay, so there's a magic mechanic at the top left. You can kind of see it. There's like an extra bar thing over there. Man. See, there's even like different weapon types that have their own thing. Because that weapon had like 2 gems and it had 2 gems in the top left. It's a good game. It's a good game. Just wish the combat gave you a bit more control. Something about it, like it feels like it's holding you back intentionally. It feels like you can't. It feels like it wants you to have control, and it gives you some control over a lot of things of like how you want to use your stamina. But then if you jump, you don't recover your stamina. If you use the sword to dodge away, then you lose all your stamina. So it's like you just trade one resource for another, and it feels like it drags out a lot of the combat encounters to the point where they're much longer than they need to be. Because it's not like the combat encounters are particularly complex. There's only a couple of enemies that feel interesting to fight, and by a couple I mean 2: the centipede and the boss. And so it's like you're forced to go and engage with these things over a long period of time. When I kind of wish it just went all in on that weak point system. That idea of like different weapon types matter, different ways of engaging the enemy matter. Using the right tools for the job matters. It's very Witcher style, right? In terms of like you have to choose the right weapons and put the right stuff, prepare the right things for the encounter. And the little menu shuffling isn't too bad, especially because it's pauses the game. And then just giving you the ability to engage with the combat system at your own pace and being able to exploit the enemy's attack patterns and using your knowledge of the movement system and what your weapons can do, that'd be interesting. I would even take a cooldown on whatever that sword lunge thing is, if it meant that I could then have a faster combat system where I'd have to like dodge the beetle's attack or something and get right behind it to quickly stab its like bare back. You know what I mean? And not have to wait for a power bar to fill and then just sort of wail on it from the front, just moving backwards and forwards. It is very tedious. But the rest of the game is so good that it's like you kind of can't put it down. Damn, this is a hard one. This is very hard. Uh, I'm excited for this. It feels a bit like how Lunacid felt to me, where it's like that game was very, very sort of painful to play initially, but over time it slowly grew on me because of that feeling of you're in a weird space, man. You are the queen, and you're in this weird space where there's a bunch of monsters around, and all your retinue is dead for some reason. No one really knows why. And you've yet to find the king. He decided to go into some random mausoleum without you. Like, imagine if your husband decided to fuck off and go into some random place, you just stayed there for like weeks. You know what I mean? Actually, that's it's a very common tale. Actually,